to the fourth episode of podcast series with CA Pradip Modi. I'm your host Abhishek Saxena, and it's an honor to be joined by CA Pradip Modi sir, who is a practicing chartered accountant with over 36 years of experience in taxation, corporate law, and financial advisory. In this series, CA Pradip Modi sir will be simplifying wills, succession, and legacy planning. So let's straight dive to the questions. So my first question will be, if someone owns a business, how does a will impact its future after their passing?
In absence of the will, the business, we do not know whether it will go in the hands of the right person or not. Because in absence of the will, you may say that it may go to the person who is not competent to run the business. It may it will go to a competent person also. We are not saying, but there is always an apprehension that it may go to a right person or not. And therefore will become a very, very imperative that in a succession of the business, at least you should have a clear wishes to be written under the will that it will go to the so-and-so person who is competent to run your business, who is competent to run your business empire. And therefore, for example, suppose you are running a company ABC. That ABC company's shareholding should be transferred to a particular person under the will. If it is not so the case, then in a distribution of the wealth, the partly shareholding will go to X, partly go to the Y, partly go to the Z. You are all are beneficiaries, your family members. But end of the day, this business may progress, may survive. That becomes a very, very unknown phenomenon by considering this distribution of the wealth among the beneficiaries. And therefore, it is important that at least in a business, that in advance some planning has to be done under the will, that certain rights are to be given to so-and-so. Suppose, for example, a person who is having a factory A, factory B, factory C. Then under the will, you can transfer factory A to a one child, factory B to other one, or factory C under the family trust. So A, he is a competent in that particular business, he will run that business. So shareholding should categorically be transferred under will to so-and-so person. Under the B, the factory which is having a more competent knowledge to another children, it should go to them. And under C, for example, which is having a business come investment income, and you want to take care of your family in your absence, then the category C, factory come investment company, it should go under the trust. So that under the trust further you can specify the things, and under the will you can create your family trust in your absence. So this is a planning you can do in advance so that smoothly your business it will run, your asset will be taken care of. So it's a very, very wonderful things under the will, you can do it in advance. In absence of the will, your business not sure that it will go to a right person, or it will progress further, or it will survive. Therefore, it is essential.
Okay, so it's a whole process that should be started from the scratch. Okay. So can a will include provisions for a care of a pet?
It can be taken care of it because the animal is not in a position to receive any kind of the authority, and therefore you should transfer certain wealth in favor of the caretaker or caregiver. And therefore, it is possible that your pet also will be taken care in your absence at the same sensitivity and at the same level of your understanding what you are taking care of the pet. You can do it by just assigning your assets or transferring your assets to a person who is going to take care of your pet.
Okay. So, can charitable donations be included in a will?
It's very, very usual thing that the charitable things are happening nowadays in absence of a person. Suppose you want to donate certain monies to a certain missions, certain charitable institutions, you want to give it to a certain societies. It can be given. It is called it is known as a bequest. So in other words, it is known as a bequest. So this bequest can be given to the various institutions as per your wish in your absence. You should specify the name of the institutions, and if you are even well known to anyone, you should write that where somebody should contact it, so executor will contact to that person, and the charity will be happen to that institution. For example, you want to give your house or your business place to a certain charitable institutions, or you want to give the cash, or you want to give a certain kind of the assets. That is possible under the will.
Okay. So if someone becomes incapacitated, Does a will help in managing decisions during that time?
Yeah, incapacitated does not mean that you are not been qualified to write the will.
Okay.
If you are insane or you do not know who you are yourself, then it is something. Incapacitated in the sense that you are not mobile, or you are not in a capacity to do the things in a right way. So what you have to do is that you have to take the support of somebody who is very close to you.
Okay.
Ask him to write something, and he will write the will, and you will then put your signatures there.
Yes.
And that can be possible even in incapacitated conditions also of a person.
Okay. Okay. So let's go for the last question of this episode. For someone who is single or without children, is having a will still important?
Yeah, because not necessary that person should be married.
Okay.
If you have the assets, and that asset is required to be distributed according to your wish, either you are married or unmarried, that is not important.
Okay.
Important is that you should hold the assets, or you should have assets, and that assets you want to give it to somebody very keen to you, very known to you, and in a desirable way it should be utilized. Then irrespective of your marital status, you can do it and you should do it, because otherwise it will go. For example, suppose in the degree of relationship under the law, that suppose you do not have the brothers or sisters, it will go to the cousins, and that cousins you may not be having a desire that he should hold it, or he is having so much wealth, he doesn't need that. But under the will, it will go. Without will, it will go to him, because under the Succession Act, it will go to him. So again, he has to take a trouble of maintaining your assets and everything. So irrespective of your marital status, either you are married or unmarried, or having a children or no children, if you are married, you must have a will. That is the important.
That's important. Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for providing all this information to our audience. So, planning starts with clarity. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll share more expert advice with you. Thank you so much.